I like to touch base after trips because it just helps reinforce the concept that whatever you feel you need or whatever you're utilizing in your personal healing. Again, take 10 rolled ankles or 10 warts on fingers or 10 healing responses that are called the same thing, and you have 10 different approaches that are going to have to be done by 10 different individuals within their 10 different lives. And so when the things you need don't sit as a monster piece of equipment you can't take with you, or a cupboard full of shit, oils and supplements and fucking tinctures and all the shit that everyone's got cupboards full, and I know you've got cupboards full, or some sort of a gadget, some sort of a sleeping thing for your nose, and a thing that you bite on, and a thing for your eyes in the morning, and a thing for your feet during the day, and the thing for, your mind at night and your emotion. It's there's so much within luggage of you that you've put so much stock in. You literally put more faith into a cupboard, something that plugs in, or some gadget of some kind, or even some building, with somebody touching you or doing something that only they can do to your body. Otherwise, you don't have a chance in hell. And then how does that bode for you traveling? Or how does that bode for when something doesn't go in your step-by-step routine? You just fall apart. And that's that balance beam of healing I keep talking about, where we get patched together. Somebody compared it to, it's one of my posts. I don't even know how the fuck they got to this conclusion, but it was like, oh yes, my team of specialists, like every time I fall, I'm like Humpty Dumpty, and they put me back together, and I'm doing so well, and I'm 60, and it's like, holy fucking shit. What? Humpty Dumpty? No. Not saying we don't break and our shells don't shatter and we don't fall off walls repeatedly. That's what life is for trying to climb the wall, sit on the wall, and then jump off the wall, and then occasionally unpredictably fall off the wall. But then you put yourself back together, and then you reinforce your shell, and then you're climbing bigger walls, and you're sitting on higher walls looking at landscape you've never even fucking seen before. Your yolk is just more rich. What an analogy. But yeah, that's when you get, and you understand truth behind, how you do heal, and how the medicine that you're going to create is already within your life. And I don't give I don't care if it's an injury, an acute injury, a chronic injury, whatever symptom you've got. If you're traveling, if you're stuck, if you're here, if you're plopped, if you're taken out of your house and put into a prison, if you're broken down somewhere, your healing, your approach, doesn't stop. It should not be conditional to a cupboard, to a place, to a building, to a procedure, to a gadget, to a bottle, to a special bed, fucking special garden, all these special things that we got to keep in our lives. And if we don't, we fall apart. And that's, again, as I said, that's that balance beam. That's not healing. That's the current 2024 natural integrative functional model, but that is not healing by any means. Nor is it freedom, that you have to teeter on this tiny little balance beam of life, and if you fall off, you're symptomatic and everything flares up, and it's controlling flare-ups that has the masquerade of healing, or masquerade of treatment and therapy, and masquerade of healing injuries. Is if I don't aggravate it, everything's good. That's not healing an injury. That's walking on eggshells within your own fucking life, and you're the person that's creating the eggshells. That sucks. There's more than that. If you've ever been the one that's created an opportunity for people to walk on eggshells around you, or you've walked on eggshells, that sucks. And I think we're all guilty of both sides. So there's more here for you. But I love, after traveling or getting back from some trip, whatever it looks like, that whether I'm in the rig or whether I'm in a plane or whether I'm in a canoe or whether I'm on the side of the road, broke it down because I ran out of gas on purpose. So what? Even if you are highly symptomatic, because healing is taking place with the greatest amount of damage, the greatest amount of feelings, the lowest amount of energy that you observe, because it's all being shuttled everywhere else for your survival. And holy shit, you're at this, we would call it a low, but it's like the caterpillar and the chrysalis. There's just this massive undertaking. It wouldn't make a difference. You would know exactly what you need to do for your current situation, that you're going to reintroduce yourself to you every morning and figure out what you need to do for your dosage and prescription that day, since the entirety of your life and the entirety of the choices of your life are literally what's brought you to this symptomatic point and what's going to take you beyond. Body needs to use symptoms to get your attention, because again, the body only heals. There's no pathologies, there's no disease, there's nothing wrong, nothing's ever random, no injury is ever random, no accident is ever random, no sensation is ever, because I keep hearing that a lot and it's aggravating me, where it's like, ankle swelled up, or this hurt, or my skin responded like this, or I was just tired, but I don't know, it's probably, and then they'll just flippantly loft it to something, and it's like, what did you do there? There was something there that you could have seen and done and changed and worked on, but we lop it up to random and coincidence, or just this person, or just this thing, or just this event. And it very might well be a one-on-one, a one-to-one, where it's just thing in, thing out. But it takes a fuckload of work to get to that one-to-one place, and that's where I'm hoping and pushing to, and holding people accountable, or myself accountable, so that you can get there, because then it becomes clear. It can be a one-to-one. And then until then, it's a 5-to-1, but you're still going to approach it the same way. It's a 10-to-1. Still going to approach it the same way, but that doesn't change whether you're on the road, whether you're traveling, whether you're, again, imprisoned, or something occurs and you unpredictably don't have your routine. You can't, if you're falling apart when your routine isn't present, that's something to be seen. Because there's more to it than a balance beam of healing. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody.